Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hey, with the new month comes a new rotation of fragrances. That's right, folks. It is time for me to share my November fragrance tray. But before we get into my lineup for November, you have to make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that you hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. After subscribing, turning those post notifications on and setting them to all so you don't miss when I post the next video or when I post a little deal. Make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up and hype it up as well because it's free and it really goes a long way to help support the channel and help us to grow. And last but most certainly not least, never ever forget, if you are interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances discussed in today's video, to make sure to shop via any available links and or discount codes down below in the description box because it really helps support the channel and you're gonna buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Before we get into my monthly fragrance tray, I want to share my scent of the day. This is a new release and a new addition to the collection, courtesy of the team at Twisted Lily. I'll make sure I have my link and discount code for samples as well as full-size bottles down below in the description box for those interested. But my scent of the day is the new Xerjoff Coral release, and this one has been really fun. I already shared my first impressions with you all over on a short. It is fruity, it is juicy, it is sexy. A familiar fruity, musky, Xerjoff-y DNA. I've really been enjoying it thus far, but it's still new, so stay tuned for my fully formed thoughts in a future video. But again, today's scent of the day is a new addition to the collection, Xerjoff Coral. Now, if you're interested in seeing all of the fragrances that I plan on spending time with during the month of November, make sure you keep watching. First in the lineup for the month of November is an oldie but a goodie, Kilian's Princess. And at the time of me filming this video, the Sephora VIB savings event is going on, so I'll make sure I have links down below in the description box for those who are interested. Princess literally smells like a princess, but as the name suggests, she don't need a prince to be a princess. This is pretty and pleasant, but don't play in her face. It's sweet, it's comforting, it's inviting, but it has a little kick to it from some ginger. It's calming from some green tea. It's sweet, powdery, fluffy from some marshmallow. And those notes are seemingly simple and probably don't even really go together, but somehow it works. It's on the lighter end of the spectrum, but I find it still does what it needs to do, and it's just going to be perfect to wear to bed or when I want something that's just a bit more subtle and simple. Also easy to wear, and I can layer this with other fragrances as well for funsies. This is not a beast mode room filling fragrance, but it understands the assignment and is beloved in the community for a reason. It's actually my first Kilian, and maybe I need to go ahead and change that soon. Regardless, this is going to be first in the lineup for the month of November. This is Kilian's Princess. Next one in the lineup for the month of November is no stranger to the channel. This was sent to me from the brand a few months ago. I don't think my dent is registering, but this is one I want to try to finish up. This is the new Rouge from Finery, and yes, you can assume from the name that this is allegedly inspired by BR540 from MFK. It is warm, it is sweet, it is woody, definitely ambery, saffron goodness. I don't know. I feel like anything with saffron in it is going to have some sexy in it. My girl Saffronia, you know, we love saffron here. But there's also something universal and easy about this. I can reach for this regardless. I can layer this with just about anything, and it's just going to amplify it. It's just going to make it better. This is an easy reach, and definitely one that, as you can see, well, maybe you can't see because the bottle is so dark, but the dent is like down here. But this is a very well loved fragrance, and one that I want to go ahead and try to use up over the next few months. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the tray for the month of November. Again, that is the new Rouge from Finery. Let's get into a couple of the fragrances that I haven't really worn. This first one is from Quince. This was gifted to me at a YouTube event a few months ago. This is Amber Noir, and we touched on this one briefly previously in like a haul, but I haven't really worn this because I was waiting for the weather to break to pull it out. Yeah, this is definitely the season for her. There's some type of fruity element, maybe like a berry, but it's also like just floral, maybe a little woody. This seems like it's going to be a pretty easy reach. It's subtly sweet, but not girly. I'm interested to see how this is going to perform on my skin because it is a scent profile that I seem to be enjoying thus far. And I've had this for a few months. It is starting to darken, so there's probably some vanilla in here as well. Wait a minute, Quint. It's a little bit sexy now. Yeah, I need to see what this is going to give this fall. So this month we are going to be spending time with Quint's Ombre Noir because I need to see that. Another fragrance that I've had in the collection but haven't really spent time with just yet that I want to get to know this month is Snif's Sweet Ash Super Fragrance. We talked about this one a few months ago as well. And if you remember, the original Sweet Ash is a favorite. It is like Baccarat, but make it Christmas. I don't know it's the best way I could describe it, but this takes that DNA and makes it a bit more smooth, creamy even, and also a little bit sweeter. I think they added some vanilla or something like that to that, like green, woody, but also airy, sweet ash DNA. This is the first eau de parfum formulation from Snif as well. So I need to see how it compares because their EDTs seemingly have been exceptional and masterfully blended per my experience. But definitely sound up in the comments if you have tried this one. I'm eager to see about it because I already love the original. There's something cooling about it, but also warm and inviting and a bit sexy as well. Definitely one that I want to spend time getting to know. And if you are interested in getting to know it as well, I'll make sure I have links and discount codes to try or buy down below in the description box. But another one in the lineup for the month of November is Snif Sweet Ash Super Fragrance. Another one in the lineup for the month of November is this new release that we touched on in my most recent weekly roundup, which of course, if you haven't seen, I'll make sure I leave linked up top. This is the 7 Virtues Buttercream Haze. Listen. I know that I am not your typical vanilla gourmand girly, but this one, I don't know what they put in this. It's sweet, delicious, decadent, very thick, but it's got something in it that just makes it gourmand, but also fragrance. It's not like literal dessert. It is sexy, and there's a creaminess to it that probably comes from like some sandalwood or something like that because there is a woody facet to it. There's also a little bite to it. I wonder if there's some spice or some booze. And seeing maple in the notes, I definitely thought that this was gonna smell like breakfast, but no. When I sprayed this on the back of my hand at Sephora, I did not have high expectations, and I certainly did not anticipate grabbing this and bringing it home. But I'm so glad that I did. This is definitely the first from the 7 Virtues that I felt compelled to purchase, and I am excited to spend time with it. It is perfect for fall. So again, for the month of November, we're going to be spending time with new release from the 7 Virtues Buttercream Haze. This next fragrance was sent to me earlier this year from the team at Twisted Lily, which I'll make sure I have my link and discount code down below in the description box. But I have just really been wanting to pull this one back out. This is Wilhelm Parfumery's Shamilka, aka Shamika. This is peach, but I don't feel like I've come across a peach fragrance quite like this. Not only is it fruity, sweet, juicy, a little bright. Oh, this has gotten better. This has gotten better since the last time I smelled it. There's also some florals in this that really play up that peach without overpowering it. My girl Saffronia is in this as well, which makes this last, makes it airy. There's like a brightness to this, but there's also a warmth, spice, and a subtle sexiness that I feel can make this do some work in cooler weather. When I wore this the first time, it was cooler, but it was still during the spring. Now I really want to put it to the test. This is good. It's good. I think the floral in here is Immortelle. And this is the first fragrance I have with that floral in it. And it almost adds like a dustiness to it, maybe. At least that's what I suspect may be the Immortelle. Regardless, this is good. I think there's patchouli in this as well. So it lasts without being overpowering, without taking over. You know what I'm saying? Making you feel like it's wearing you. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one, especially if you're a peach fragrance lover. But you want something a little with some depth to it. Again, in the lineup for the month of October is Wilhelm Parfumerie's Shimoka. Now this next one I've actually already been spending time with because I've been craving and I've been loving it. But this month I have to continue spending time with my first Creed baby. This is Queen of Silk. Creed, I know, is a very expensive and polarizing house. This is the first Creed that I felt like I needed to spend my money on. I will not be spraying this on a tester strip. This is fruity, but make no mistake about it, this is not a girly fruitiness. Passion fruit is the star of this fragrance, but there's also some very potent saffron, some very potent patchouli, and I think there's incense in this as well. Very complex, very layered, and also very, very strong. Do not overspray this. Things can go awry, okay? And we don't want that. I don't know. There's something universal, like signature scent worthy about this where I feel like I can wear it in all 4 seasons because even though it's spicy and warm, there's also like a brightness and some fun, flirty elements to it from that fruit and from some florals as well. White florals. I pick up a lot of like tuberose in this. This might be controversial, but I feel like this might be like a Lantre D, like auntie from Dubai. This is very polarizing and not at all a safe blind buy, especially at this very expensive price point. But one that I definitely recommend getting your nose on. It is a head turner, a compliment getter, and a love at first sniff that I just want to continue spending time with. So again, we're going to be spending the month of November with Creed's Queen of Silk. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up November's lineup with this next fragrance because 1, my food is on the way, but also 2, I don't want to jam pack my tray for the month because I may or may not have some new releases in transit to the house that we'll talk about in another video. Regardless, this month, another one that I've just been craving that I just need is Amouage Overture Woman. Yes, it says woman, but anybody can wear this. I don't feel like this is especially quote unquote feminine. Now, while it is sweet from some apple and my beloved saffronia, it's also very intense, very polarizing, very sexy, and very strong from some saffron, some leather, and I think some incense in this as well. So a little subtle smokiness that, you know, may turn some people off. Spicy. I think there's cinnamon in this as well. There's rose. It is Angel Share's older sibling. More androgynous as well. Very yummy, but like not in an approachable girly way. If that makes any sense. This is not at all a safe blind buy. I did not blind buy this. Started off as a decant, and before I even finished the decant, the full bottle was on the way. I know y'all see the dent. That's from decanting because you do not need a lot of this fragrance. You see I'm not spraying on a tester strip. It's very strong, okay? But a head turner, a statement maker, a compliment getter. I have so many scent memories with this fragrance. And like I said, I've just been craving it. It's also perfect for fall. Like apple spice, come on. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't, but don't blind buy it unless you just wild like that. If you all wild like that, you my people. Regardless, last for the month of November is Amawage's Overture Woman. All right, folks, my food literally just got here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my fragrance tray. Definitely sound off in the comments. Let me know what fragrances you have lined up for the month, and definitely let me know if you're interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances that we've discussed thus far. Of course, if you are, make sure to shop via any available links, discounted links, or discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps me out. After commenting on this video, on your way to watching another video of mine, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh my God, that took me so long. Oh my God, I can't freaking speak. Why? Let me drink some water, get myself together. Comfortable in my skin.